Hey everyone, in this tutorial we're going to take a look at how you can create and modify your own portable object type MD props. This includes things like pick up and put down motions, customizing mixer performs, and put away and take out motions. Let's start off by taking a look at the structure of a portable MD prop by using the Watering Plants MD prop in the embedded MD props pack. Notice the thumbnail has an icon on the top right that indicates that your actor can carry this prop around. If we enter into play mode, we can use the pickup command, walk around, and then use the set down command. If we take a look at the structure of this MD prop, you'll notice a few things. The root node is the position point, which is where your actor stands while interacting with it. There is also a placement point, which is where the object is placed down. In this case, sample 2 is the mesh attached to this placement point, in this case, the table dummy. Under placement point, you'll see water can, under which represents the dummy mesh for the object we can put down and pick up, called sample here. You'll also see a particle node under the object mesh, which is used as a water animation for watering the plants, which we'll talk about in a bit. To change the mesh of the object, we can find the actual watering can mesh in our props and align it with our sample dummy mesh. Then, attach it to the water can. Make sure not to replace the sample dummy mesh, as this will also get rid of the particle node under it. If we go into play mode now, we can see the results with our new mesh. Now, if we want to customize our pick up and put down motions, we need to select our water can object dummy, go into our behavior settings, and ensure the male IMD is selected before clicking Add Delete Behavior. Our placement point is already defined, and our actor will snap into that position. As you can see, there are a lot of behavior types assigned to this object, but we'll focus on pick up and put down for now. We'll start with the pick up motion and click on the Edit Motion in the Timeline button. Let's select the water can object dummy and open its constraint track, where we'll see the link keyframes, which determine the frame range where the object will be linked to our actor. In the Modify panel, you'll notice that the object is actually linked to the placement point initially, and then this changes to the actor's hand at the appropriate time. It's important to ensure that your object dummy's transform values are always 0. Instead, we want to focus on the link offset values. Let's start by deleting the existing ones, and then use the Edit Motion Layer tool to reposition our actor's hand higher up on the handle at the appropriate frame. Then use a reset key to keep the original position at an earlier frame. Due to the changing grasp on the handle, we'll also want to adjust the normal carrying pose as well. After that, let's relink our character's hand at the appropriate frame, but you'll notice that the results of the link offset are a bit wacky. To resolve this, we can split that keyframe, then enter into the Transition Curve preset and choose a step preset. This will ensure the link transition won't occur until exactly that frame. To make any position changes here, ensure that you rotate the object dummy in the viewport, which will automatically set link offset keys in the timeline. You may also need to fine-tune the actor's positioning based on the meshes you're dealing with, in this case, lifting the hand slightly higher to accommodate the size of the watering can. Once you're done, right-click and set your collection range, and then overwrite selected MD behavior motion. Next, let's look at the put down motion by adding that to the timeline right after pickup. To make sure it blends properly, we can copy the last keyframe from the pickup motion and paste it to the first frame of our put down motion. We then need to do the same thing for the middle keyframe, pasting it at the exact frame in our put down motion where the link needs to end, since our actor's hand will pull away after that. You'll notice that we also need to take care of our link offset keys as well. So let's go into the link offset track of our water can object and paste the last key of the previous motion to the first frame of the put down motion. We can delete this key in the middle that we don't need, and you'll see that we have a similar 2-frame key combination here as before, but now it jumps from the hand to the placement point. Let's delete the current offset key for the hand link and copy-paste the one we modified earlier from the first motion at the same frame, so we can adjust the object position if needed. We also need to restore its transition curve to default. From there, I'll just select my collection range once again and then overwrite the MD behavior. Okay, we're almost done with the motion editing. We just need to quickly refine the idle motion next. Once I bring in the idle motion, I can copy the motion layer key at the end of the pickup motion and paste it at the beginning of the idle motion clip. We don't need to worry about link offset keys here, since that only needs to be adjusted in the pickup and put down motions. I'll once again overwrite the MD behavior here. Once you're completely done, be sure to delete all of the clips and keys from the character and object dummy, as all of the edits are now already baked into the applicable motions. Now when we enter play mode, we can see the adjusted interactive behavior. Here I've attached multiple meshes to multiple placement point dummies to demonstrate multiple placement points. We can delete 2 of our water can objects as we'll only need 1 in this scenario. Now if I pick up the portable object MD prop, I can choose any of the 3 placement points to place it back down. This is a major benefit of using this type of MD prop, as a single one can interact with multiple placement points. One thing you'll notice is that your actor's radial menu options will change when it is carrying an object, since new performs will be unlocked. For example, we have a pour motion here, but you'll notice that once again we need to adjust the behavior. So same steps with the object dummy selected, go into Add Delete Behavior, and select the placement point you want to use to preview. I'll add the pickup motion to the timeline first to give us the pose we want at the beginning of the pour motion, and then add the pour motion. We need to take 2 steps here to get a smooth performance. The first is right-click on the first clip and sample it to a new layer, which will give us keyframes we can work with. Then copy the last keyframe and paste it to the first frame of the second clip to keep a consistent blend. You can also do this by using the Copy Pose option in the Edit Motion Layer tool, and then refining the pose at any point needed throughout the clip. We can also adjust the particle animation as well, by selecting the water particle node in the Scene Manager and opening its emit track. We can adjust the timing of the water emission here to better match our adjusted motion. And then when we're satisfied, once again select our clip length and overwrite the MD behavior. This time you'll be prompted to save the prop animation since we changed the animated particle behavior. Here you can see our adjusted result. Finally, we'll look at a scenario where you can set an interaction point for your perform motion of pouring water. As it is right now, you'll need to walk your actor up to the plant and set the direction manually so the water pour is facing the plant, which can be a bit tricky. Thankfully, there is a dedicated watering plant's target MD prop we can use to ensure the pour is in the right place. I'll drag this in from the embedded MD props folder and place it where the plant is. The root node of this MD prop is also the position point for your actor, and under that you'll find the interaction point with the current dummy sample mesh attached. If we enter into Edit Structure, we can see the interaction point dummy, which we can bring up a bit. Let's proceed to attach our plant mesh to the interaction point and hide the dummy mesh. Now when our actor is holding the portable MD prop, we can click directly on the plant mesh and see a pour command available. Our actor will then walk directly up to it and perform the pour in the correct direction according to the position point and location of the interaction point. Those are a couple of examples of how you can use and customize the portable MD prop embedded in iClone. Please check out our other MD prop tutorials for more examples on how to use each one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.